What is going on, guys? I'm Pete. Welcome to Retro Game Attic. In today's video, I'm going to get my Nintendo Wii back online using WiiLink. Now, WiiLink is an online revival service that brings back online functionality to the Wii after Nintendo shut down its servers back in 2014. Now, I'll go through all the steps of setting up WiiLink, and then I'll mess around with some of these formerly abandoned channels after we get them back online. It's a pretty straightforward process, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So with all that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, before we get rolling, here is everything you need. Of course, you're going to need your Wii console, and it has to be modded with the Homebrew channel. And if you don't have the Homebrew channel set up on the Wii, I made a video on how to do that, and I will throw a link to it in the description. Of course, you're going to need a computer, Windows, or Mac. I have an M3 MacBook Air here. And last up, either an SD card or a USB thumb drive here, usually like 2 to 32 gigabytes, and just ensure that it is in FAT32 format. With that out of the way, let's hop onto the MacBook and set up WiiLink. Alright, we are over on my MacBook, and I navigated over to the WiiLink website. It's WiiLink.ca, and I will throw a link to that in the video description. And on the home page here, there are two options. You can either go to the installation guide or just directly download for whatever machine that you're on, and it automatically detected that we are on a Mac OS system. I'm just going to go for it and download the patcher without reading through the installation guide. We'll click that you've read the terms of service, and we'll click download for Mac OS. We will allow the downloads. Okay, now that we unzip that file, I'm going to open up the WiiLink patcher. Okay, so I guess with my Apple security settings, it is not letting me open the program, so I'm going to go into my system settings to circumvent that. We'll head over to system settings, privacy and security, and then scroll down to the bottom. You can see on the bottom that WiiLink patcher GUI was blocked. We're going to go to open anyway. And one more time, we'll go to open anyway. Okay, it is finally opened. And then we'll just run through the prompts here. It says, welcome to the WiiLink patcher, click next. So from here you have a few different options. The easiest obviously is the express setup. Custom setup, you can customize which channels you get. And then for the extra channels, you can obviously just add extra channels to your Wii. For my purposes here, I'm gonna keep it simple and go with express setup. And then we could pick our region. I am in North America. And then the next prompt here, would you like to install WiiLink's regional channel services? And I'm gonna say yes. And would you like them translated? Yes, please. Translate them to English. And then for the food channel, it's asking us which version you'd like to install. I'm gonna go for Domino's and just go for the real deal because I think it would be awesome to order a Domino's pizza on my Wii. I feel like that's a rite of passage. And then it asks which platform we'll be installing it onto. Of course, it's the Wii. Okay, we're good to go. It is downloading the files. Okay, our next screen here, it asks if you would like the patcher to automatically copy its patched files to your SD card or USB drive. So I just inserted my USB drive. You can see it's detected up here, so I'm going to keep that as yes and click next. We'll select our USB drive from the list here. It's not detecting anything. Still not detecting after the refresh. Let me uncheck this to see if that makes a difference. Okay, so here's our USB drive down here. We'll go to next. WiiLink Patcher GUI would like to access files on a removable volume. We're going to allow it, and it's copying the files directly to it. Hey, alright, we have success. Everything has been patched successfully. So we can open the WiiLink folder to check out the files. Why not? Okay, our apps and WAD. Here are all the channels that we installed. Check me out, everybody votes. Food channel, forecast, install me, I guess that's like a WiiLink file, Kirby channel, news, Nintendo channel, photo prints, region select, and Wii room. Very cool. Okay, we are good to go on the MacBook. Let's pop out that USB drive, head over to the Wii, and install WiiLink on the Wii. Okay, we'll plug in the USB thumb drive to the back of the Wii. Turn it around like so, and then insert it in either one of the USB slots. We're good to go. Alright, Wii is set up and connected to my Trinitron, so let's power it on. Okay, so it turned on. That's a good sign. We'll navigate over to the Homebrew channel. On the Homebrew channel home screen here, we're going to navigate over to YAWMM, and we'll load it. Okay, it says select storage device, and it defaulted to Wii SD slot, so I'll press right on the D-pad. I'll select USB mass storage device and press A to continue. Okay, so we want to install all of these, so I've marked the first two. You mark the WAD for install by pressing plus on the Wii remote. So we'll press plus for all of these. Okay, everything seems to be selected. Now we'll press A to install. 22 files marked for installation. Do you want to proceed? We'll say yes. Okay, so that blue light surrounding the disk drive is a good sign. I'm just gonna let this thing do its thing for a while and install all of these. Okay, so on that bulk install, Wii Room timed out, so I restarted the console and just installed the Wii Room WAD by itself. And it seemed that it did install well, so I think we're good to go. We'll press any button to continue. All right, now that these are all installed, I'm gonna press the home button and we'll restart the Wii. Press the home button one more time. We'll go to exit to system menu. I'm pretty pumped. Hopefully this worked. Okay, now that we're on the home menu, you can see that we did get a few new channels here. I already had the Everybody Votes and the Check Me Out channel, but now we have the Photo Prints channel, Kirby TV, Food, and Wii Room. So we are at the home stretch here for setup. There's just one more step we have to do. Let's navigate over to Settings. We'll scroll over to Internet, Connection Settings. And then we'll go over to the connection that I'm using. We are using connection 2. And then change settings. And now that we're in the connection settings, we're going to scroll over to the right to the DNS settings. Now that we're over to the auto obtain DNS settings, we're actually going to go to no and then to advanced settings. We'll change our primary DNS to the number here. It is 167.235.229.36 and we'll click OK. And then for the secondary, we're just going to set it to 1.1.1.1 and OK. Okay, everything looks good here. We'll go to confirm. We'll do save, and then we'll do that connection test. All right, the connection test was good. I'm going to forgo that Wii system update. I think we're finally ready for some of these channels here, so let's go back to the home screen. Let's see if it worked. I'm going to go over to the news channel. Fingers crossed. Loading. Okay. We have a Wii Connect 24 standby connection is turned off. Okay, so let's go back to the Wii menu and we'll change those settings to turn Wii Connect 24 on. So Wii settings, and then we'll scroll over to Wii Connect 24 and we'll turn it on. All right, I think we're good now. Let's try this again. One moment, please. Downloading. I haven't seen this screen in a long time. This is crazy. And it's definitely taking a little longer than expected. I used to actually go to this a lot when I was rocking the Wii. Hey, look at that. Updated. Let's go to something fun. We'll go to entertainment. This is crazy seeing like modern news on the Wii. Pretty cool. We'll try national news. Yeah, November 6th, 2025. Let's try the slideshow. The U.S. government shutdown news. Unfortunately, a UPS plane crash. This is crazy seeing this stuff on a Wii. And pretty wild to see it actually working. And it's running really well. Cool. I think I've seen enough here. I'll mess around with this a little bit more, maybe at a different time. Let's try a different channel. All right, let's try the forecast channel. The Wii was pretty popular towards the tail end of my college career, so I actually used the forecast channel quite a bit. Granted, there were no smartphones or anything like that back then. That's a bummer. Unable to download the latest information. Let's do Everybody Votes. I never was a huge fan of this channel, even in its heyday, but I always used to vote. It was just so easy and just a mindless thing to do. We'll set the region. This is like a total trip down memory lane. Yes, I live in the US. Welcome to the Everybody Votes channel. Here you can provide your responses to popular questions and let your opinion be heard in your area and even around the world. We'll use poop because that is the only me on this system. This is crazy. There's actually active polls. Let's do this one. I used to like doing this too, dragging it back and forth. We'll vote. Cast your vote. Bummer. I don't know why that's not working. Alright, this is taking a long time to send my vote. Hopefully it'll go through. Alright, I'm going to call it on this one. I can't even back out of here. I might just have to restart the whole console. Alright, back to the Everybody Votes channel. I couldn't cast a vote, unfortunately, but let's see if I can pull up some results. No results. We'll try one more of these. I'm not big on horror, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are. Let's cast it. Hey, it went through. Let's predict it. I think yes will probably be more popular. This is great. Even just the music, everything about this is so nostalgic. We've kind of seen it all so far, so let's keep moving along. We'll do the Check Me Out channel next. This one I vaguely remember. I think you had to rate different Miis. Yeah, your Miis. You could show off your own Miis in the posting plaza. Well, being that we only have one Mii, Poop is our guy. Sure, why not? We can change our settings at any time. Oh, Poop is going in the posting plaza, that's for sure. Oh wow, so these are all the ones that are posted. Oh, there's more people using this than I thought. Ooh, Burger. I just love seeing all the wacky stuff, like there's a Peter Griffin one. Man, I miss this. This was like the golden age of interactivity with these kind of consoles. Like I said, Spider-Man or Venom, I don't know. Looks like Spider-Man. Iron Man, pretty cool. Oh yeah, the Parade. Man, this is great. I thought there was a way you could speed it up. Maybe that was just the 3DS. All right, Poop, you're going in. We'll choose Poe. Our skill, probably not too many of these. It's a secret. Sure. Alright, I think I've seen enough of this channel. Let's keep moving along. Now, the rest of these channels are either regional or ones I just had no experience with. We'll try Photo Prints channel. Sure, we'll create some save data. Not like I could do much with this. I assume this is for uploading photos and things like that. Look at that, Club Nintendo. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Oh wow, a Wii business card with your Mii. We'll accept those free terms of use. Man, what a throwback. We'll do the Super Mushroom. No, we're not doing any address or anything like that. So as the name implies, I guess that channel was to order prints and postcards and things like that, which was pretty innovative for the time and super awesome to be able to do on a console. Pretty cool. We'll try the Kirby TV channel next. I remember there being a Kirby TV show on Fox back in the day. I was a little too old to watch that stuff when it came out, but I know that people do like it though. Look at that. They're still releasing episodes, I guess. Of course, this isn't officially done by Nintendo. Sure, we'll receive announcements. No way, this would be crazy if it actually loaded. Wow, that is awesome, look at that. Now, of course, the picture quality isn't the best, but for the time, this is really cool. Now, if you were a kid back then, I could see this being a super cool channel to use. But I think we've pretty much seen all that I need to see. Alright, so we are at the home stretch here. We have Wii Room and Food channel remaining. Let's try Wii Room next. I was pretty up on my Wii news, especially back then, so I'm kind of surprised I never even heard of this one. Or didn't remember it for that matter. It's a service that allows you to watch all sorts of videos on your TV. Oh, there's Poop. Sure, you are registered, buddy. Alright, we'll select the video setting. I'll just stick with normal. I'm not trying to make this thing chug or anything. This is pretty cool. It reminds me of PlayStation Home a little bit. But obviously with that cutesy Nintendo flair. You can interact with items on the screen. Obviously an old video. You can see all those CRT monitors and those old programs. Looks like Windows 95 or 98 or something like that. Rate this video, we'll do 2 checks. I'll drag your Mii to vote. There we go. Go back to the room. So I guess there's some WiiLink videos on here. Let's check out more rooms. Famicom CD. Mii Lovers. I guess this is all just original content by users. Satellaview Plus. So more video showcases. Alright, so it is chugging a little bit. So it's just a showcase of Satellaview games, I guess. Pretty cool. We'll give it a good rating. We're back to our little living room here. I want to go over to shop. Hello, Poop. The shop is closed. Oh well. So of course all that's not going to work. I'm kind of getting like Miitomo vibes from this room a little bit. Ooh, English with cats. We'll check out one more video, I guess. Oh, Flip Notes. I used to love that app on the 3DS and the DSi. How to Draw Mario. Oh, this is great. Out of what I've seen so far, this is like the real sleeper channel. There's a lot more content to unpack. I'm going to revisit that one at a later time. And the final channel is the food channel. Now this is the one I was most pumped for. This was not available in the US, but I have it set up where you can order Domino's from your Wii, and supposedly it still works. I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe I'll get like most of the way there before I pull the trigger, but I will definitely do this. This is crazy. Your little WiiLink disclaimer, seeing that they still maintain it now. We'll agree to the privacy policy. Choose which channel you'd like to load. I think this is it. I'm not too sure. And lucky me, I guessed right. Alright, I entered a bunch of my information here, and it's finding available shops near me. You can select pizza, and this is actually the closest Domino's pizza to me. This is awesome. Like I said before, I'm not going to do this right now, but I'm definitely going to try this at a later time. This is hilarious that it still works in 2025. Super cool. Alright, I think I've seen enough here. So there it is, guys. We actually got the Wii back online using WiiLink. Now, it was a pretty straightforward process, and we did hit a few speed bumps along the way. You know, we had to restart the Wii a few times, but everything did install well, and as you can see, it's running great. Now, if I had to do one thing differently, I would use an SD card over the USB thumb drive next time. The SD card is a little bit more reliable, and now that USB thumb drive that I used is kind of tethered to my Wii. Not the end of the world, but I think I would just rather have everything on the SD card. With that being said, I am stoked to have gotten this thing back online, and I'm definitely going to mess around with some of these channels some more. And I'm for sure going to order a Domino's pizza with it because I feel like that's just a rite of passage. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, please be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. As always, thank you all so much for checking out Retro Game Attic. I really do appreciate you all. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.